If I told you that XRP is quietly melting away its supply every single day and almost nobody is talking about it, not the mainstream media, not your average crypto analyst, and definitely not your bank. But here's the kicker. This hidden mechanism, XRP's burn rate, could be one of the most important forces shaping its long-term price. If you hold XRP today, what I'm about to show you isn't just interesting trivia. It could change the way you look at your investment forever. Now, I know people throw around the word secret in crypto like candy at Halloween, but this isn't hype. This is math, this is code, and this is a truth baked right into XRP's DNA. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how the XRP burn rate works, but also why it might be the quiet ace-up Ripple's sleeve that makes it stronger than Swift, and stronger than almost any other crypto in the market. And no, the burn rate isn't XRP's new workout program. Although, with the way coins are vanishing, you might think it's on a strict keto diet. What the XRP burn rate really is, let's start with the basics. XRP has a total supply of 100 billion tokens. That's the cap. Unlike Bitcoin, XRP doesn't have miners cranking out new coins. The supply is fixed. But, and here's the hidden detail most people miss, every single XRP transaction carries a small fee. And instead of those fees going to miners or validators like in other blockchains, they're burned, destroyed, gone forever. That means every time XRP moves across the network, whether it's a bank transferring millions across borders or you sending $5 to a friend, a little bit of XRP disappears forever. It's like having a toll road where instead of the toll going to the operator, the money just evaporates. Slowly, quietly, day by day, and when you zoom out, that adds up. Why it matters. At first glance, it doesn't sound like much. I mean, we're talking fractions of an XRP coin per transaction. But think about this. As adoption grows, as more banks and institutions use XRP to replace SWIFT, those tiny burns multiply into something massive. This is supply and demand 101, fixed supply, constant demand, and a hidden automatic mechanism that slowly reduces the total pool of tokens. This is what economists call a deflationary force. Over time, scarcity builds, and scarcity is what drives value. But here's where it gets shocking. The numbers behind the burn rate reveal a future that very few investors are actually prepared for. The numbers don't lie. According to Ripple's own data, XRP has been burning steadily since its inception. Millions of tokens are already gone forever. But here's the kicker. Adoption hasn't even begun to hit full throttle yet. Think about it. Swift processes more than 40 million transactions every single day. Imagine even a fraction of that moving over XRP's rails. Now add the fact that each one burns XRP. We're not talking about pennies anymore. We're talking about a slow but unstoppable pressure cooker that reduces supply day after day. This isn't hype, this isn't speculation, this is baked into XRP's code. So the real question isn't, does XRP burn tokens? The real question is, how much will be left when mass adoption actually arrives? Why banks love it? Now let's connect the dots. Why would banks quietly prefer XRP over SWIFT? Because unlike SWIFT, XRP settles in seconds, not days. It costs fractions of a penny instead of $20, $30, even $50 per transaction. And on top of that, the burn mechanism adds long-term scarcity. Banks may not be shouting about this from the rooftops, but make no mistake. When they use XRP, they benefit from speed, savings, and a system that becomes more valuable the more it's used. That's the opposite of SWIFT. SWIFT gets slower and more expensive the more it's clogged up. XRP gets stronger the more it's used. But here's where things get even more interesting. There's a hidden layer to this story that most investors never consider. Before we jump into that, let me quickly say this. If you're serious about positioning yourself in crypto, not just for XRP, but for the broader market, you need a reliable exchange. I recommend BTCC, one of the world's longest-running crypto exchanges. It's secure, trusted, and it offers a sign-up bonus when you use my link in the description. Start today, grab your bonus, and grow your portfolio while the market is still heating up. All right, back to XRP's burn rate. Here's what most investors don't realize. The XRP burn rate isn't designed to shock you today. It's designed to shock the market years from now. Every single day, the supply gets just a little smaller. At first, it's invisible. Then it becomes noticeable. And then one day, when adoption scales and banks start running transactions at full volume, the scarcity will hit like a freight train. This is how quiet revolutions work. They don't scream, they whisper, and then suddenly they roar. It's like watching paint dry, except when it's done, the whole wall is worth a fortune. Why this matters for you. So what does this mean for XRP holders? It means that your investment isn't just sitting still. It's riding a system that literally destroys its own supply with every use. This is the opposite of inflation. This is built-in scarcity. And in a world drowning in money printing and endless debt, assets with true scarcity are like oxygen. But before you rush to celebrate, I need to be honest with you. The burn rate is only one piece of the XRP puzzle. There are truths about XRP that are far less glamorous. Truths that many influencers never talk about. And some of them might shock you even more than the burn rate. So here's what I want you to do next. Click on the video right here. 4 brutal truths about XRP nobody tells you. In that video, I'll break down the hard realities every XRP investor needs to face. Trust me, if you hold XRP, you cannot afford to miss this, because the burn rate might be the secret sauce, but the truths, that's where the real story begins. Stay smart, stay prepared, and as always, stay ahead of the curve.